Pretty alarming to hear how high that percentage is, right? 24% of people admitted to actually nodding off while driving. What did you think when you saw those numbers?
I think it's alarming. One in four admitting to momentarily nodding off. I hope that's not completely falling asleep. Maybe it's just a quick little, whoops, I better wake up here. But certainly it is alarming, and it's something obviously you don't want to have happen to you when you're behind the wheel, because if you're extremely fatigued and it gets to that point, you're putting yourself and others at risk out there.
And tell me more about that risk. When you look at the numbers, when it comes to crashes, how often is driver fatigue a factor?
Well, we know according to police data, 71% more people are injured or even killed in fatigue-related crashes in July and August in our province. And this is compared to the rest of the year. So it's significantly more crashes that are taking place due to fatigue this time of year. Why is that? I think a big part of it is people are going on longer road trips. Maybe they're going to their vacation home, they're going camping, they're driving longer distances, they're driving at times maybe they're not used to driving. The weather's hot. So these are all factors that can lead to fatigue when you're behind the wheel. And it's definitely something that we should be aware of this time of year.
And what is it about this time of year? You talked about the long drives, but what are the other factors that contribute to making that even riskier?
I think it's just the longer road trips. Maybe being somewhere you're not familiar, driving for a longer period of time, maybe not being prepared for that. I think it's really key to know your destination, know where you're going,
Hmm.
know about the stops along the way. Drivebc.ca is a great place to check for any potential road closures, any rest areas that may be along the way, because in addition to making sure that your vehicle is prepared for a longer road trip, you need to make sure that you are prepared. And big part of doing that is making sure you've had a good night's sleep, you're well rested, so you'll be alert behind the wheel. Because the longer you drive and get monotonous, you could find yourself getting drowsy, getting fatigued, and that's potentially dangerous for yourself and others.
And putting on some loud music's not going to make much of a difference.
I've heard that some people like to do that. I know sometimes when I'm on a longer commute going home, I like to chew gum. But ultimately, if you are really tired, the best decision you can make is to not drive, or find a place where it's safe to pull over. Maybe that's a rest area somewhere else where you can maybe get some rest if need be, or maybe you're with someone else that you can switch off. These are all things to think about, especially as we get into the BC Day long weekend, and perhaps we're heading somewhere, a longer drive is ahead of us. These are things to keep in mind.